never borrowing even for a minute. It's Barney's world and we're all living in it. Hi, we're back.
Hello, I am Bookit T. Bookquin. That's his name. Shut up.
Yes,
Hi.
yes it is.
Hey, it's me, Randall. I got a new voice actor, but don't I sound just like the original?
Today, Randy will be voiced by Paul Rubens.
Yay!
Hey, it's me. I'm back from the dead.
Randy is Paul Rubens as himself.
Huzzah. You know, we've already had Beaker's World and Elmo's World. I guess it was about time that Barney got his own world.
And I'm Tyler. God damn it, why is Muppet Vision closed green?
I'm so upset.
What is the point of Disney World anymore? What is the goddamn point?
I mean, we're getting the Muppets coaster, and they did say they're recording it, so maybe it's going somewhere, but I'm still like, why?
I'll take it as a consolation, but at the same time, it kind of sucks to lose Aerosmith as well, I think. But, you know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I love Aerosmith, don't get me wrong, but, like, have they been really, like, relevant at all recently?
Not
Besides
being grocery store music?
really.
and Steven Tyler's creepery coming out of the woodwork, which
Blech.
we don't have to talk about that.
Anyway, so you thought that us tackling a parody of Barney would cause us to escape. Well, we did! Temporarily. We were kidnapped by a bunch of people who were trying to kill Smoochie.
Yep, but we survived, but at
Yay!
what cost?
We were kidnapped by Robin Williams. Oh, I'm back from the dead. Oh.
Rainbow Randolph had it especially out for us because we reviewed all the episodes of Smoochie instead of Rainbow Randolph's episodes.
In all seriousness, jokes aside for a second, thank you guys so much for just bearing with us with this hiatus, our longest one yet.
Seconded.
So we should explain what's been going on, just to get a little personal for a second. To keep a long story short, someone close to us had a health scare.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, they're in a much better place now. They're doing okay. It's totally up to them if they want to come forward and identify themselves. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're just happy for them. They're doing okay.
Hell yeah.
We're rooting for them.
Absolutely. They're very important to us, and they mean the world to us, and we're really grateful for them, and we're so glad that they're okay.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Right now, things are going much better for them, and I think it's going to get better. So, oh,
Thankfully,
man.
yes.
But anyway, remember when we vowed in December that after we did No Escape November, we would take a break from Barney for a couple years?
We lied to you.
Technically, we're taking a break from the original show, so we didn't lie there.
Loopholes! We win!
You know, I remember that I was kind of hesitant about this reboot, and, well, by hesitant meaning, it's probably not going to be for me, but it'll probably be fine for the kids of today. But I watched it, and I'm actually enjoying it. It's not like the new DuckTales 17 or Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish, but it's still really good.
For the most part, I've been pleasantly surprised with Barney's World, honestly. I mean, it still has its issues, and I still have a lot of criticism to give it, but for the most part, it's been pretty good in terms of, like, its execution and everything, and yeah, I don't hate it.
Am I gonna watch it regularly? No. Do I think it's a decent show? Yeah, I do. Do I think kids can benefit from watching it? Do I think kids are gonna, like, learn good lessons, learn good skills? Absolutely.
It is not Barney Cocomelon like I feared, thank God.
Bold of you to assume that I don't have this on as background noise on occasion.
Okay, I have to preface something. Randall, you still do not win.
Yes, I do. And
But
Tyler, you're better than me. I have drama about YouTubers I've never heard of for background noise.
Hell yeah!
oh God, I've been watching a fucking Shane Dawson retrospective.
I have never heard of the art commentary community until like a month ago, and I can tell you everything about it now.
Oh God. But anyway, all right, so the big thing about this show that I'll say that makes it really surprising for me, I like Baby Bop this show.
Oh man, we dropped the fucking bomb.
I win.
No, you do not.
You can't.
This is Baby Bop in the reboot, not Baby Bop in the original show. Baby Bop in the original show is still the Antichrist.
Okay, but this is canon to the original show.
Actually, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
yes,
not.
It is.
I was gonna mention this. So there have been sort of like these promotional videos which feature the original Barney costume So that Barney
I
is
saw
separate
those.
from reboot Barney, and it turns out that the original Barney in universe is responsible for this show. Like, he's a producer and he oversees everything.
So that means he made an actually tolerable Baby Bop and BJ because he just couldn't stand their asses secretly.
Not only that, but he knows why we make fun of the name BJ all the time, and he knew that he had to change it.
So what you're telling me is that it's canon that Barney knows that BJ stands for blowjob?
Yes!
Barney knows what blowjobs are. There you go. How's your childhood feeling now?
It's kind of interesting seeing both the original Barney come back while this show is airing at the same time, because I wonder if he's bitter he doesn't get to be the lead of the show because he's like, oh, I just made the damn thing.
Maybe he just gave up on acting and went to producing.
It's like how in real life Bob West retired from voice acting to work on the backgrounds for movies, and good for him.
There you go.
Yes. So back to Baby Bop, which is something I thought I would never say, and I will probably never say again. So enjoy it while you can, Randall.
I will.
Out of curiosity, I checked my portal to hell, because I have one of those, this one does. It turns out that it's just a full-blown hockey rink at this point. You can believe it, because I like Baby Bop in this. I actually think she's not that bad. But my one complaint about Baby Bop is that her voice borders on misophonia for me.
Yeah, that's valid.
I mean, she's adorable, but like at the same time, she's just a little too squeaky voiced.
Thanks, everybody. I guess I am pretty good at this.
She kind of sounds like the toy I have hanging off of my window curtain.
Oh, I remember that fucking thing.
Yeah,
God.
it's that voice. It's that voice.
I love you.
No!
You love me. We're a happy family.
I remember it vividly. I remember.
That's totally valid. For me, I think it's grown on me, mostly because I learned that she's also the voice of Sammy and Amy from Total Drama Pack 2 Island, so that's why
Bryn
I was able to get a
McCauley,
little...
so she's a very seasoned voice actress, and
Yeah.
we did previously mention that she was the original voice of Caillou, which we won't hold that against her. She's kind of embraced the fact that Caillou is controversial, which good for her.
Yeah.
Hate the sin, love the sinner,
That's fine.
But it turns out this is not the first character associated with a beloved PBS icon with the name Baby, because she's also the voice of Baby Margaret on one Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell. And from the clips I've seen of Baby Margaret on that show, she's more of an emotionally regulated character than Daniel himself. Go figure.
It's ruined. Margaret, no.
That show did Daniel Tiger so dirty. I'm upset.
That show did everyone so dirty.
So when are we going to get the episode where this Daniel Tiger asks, what does assassination mean?
So look, say what you will about Barney's World, it's not Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, and it's especially not that awful AI-generated backyardigans they've been doing on the Nick Jr. channel.
Wait, is that AI generated?
I have no idea if it is, but it just looks so... I mean, I don't want to say it's AI generated because it looks bad, but it just looks so generic and Cocomelon-like and has all this stupid cut back and forth. It's like...
Oh, God, yeah. I forgot. That's what it looks like. Oh, God. Like, normally, I don't like saying, oh, my God, this looks AI generated to, like, bad art, but I'm gonna give an exception to this one.
Yeah.
This looks AI generated.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, me and Kit have gone on record with this. Randy, this is the most important of all. As the resident Baby Bop apologist of this podcast, what do you think of this Baby Bop?
She's cute.
Oh, thank God.
Hooray!
Cute.
Thank God. I was worried there was going to be some contrarianism here. Thank you so much.
Nope, she's cute. She's cute. I'm sorry. I can't hate Baby Bop. She's an icon. She's the moment. She's adorable.
Finally, we find some solid ground here.
There we go.
It only took 5 years of this podcast, but we finally found some solid ground. Enjoy it while it lasts.
War is over.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. This is still a reboot, Baby Bop.
War is over.
We're not doing OG Baby Bop revisionism.
So there is one small criticism I have of the reboot. It's that I feel that the 11-minute format, well, it's not bad. It's certainly better than the hit era was. It makes it feel a little rushed at points.
It doesn't really give the story time to marinate, which is what I've noticed, especially with today's topic that we're going to be talking about, which is the first and only 30-minute episode of this show.
Yeah, that's right. I will say that as much as I do like this show, it is kind of a little sad this doesn't come from the era where you like find moldy VHS tapes and just have that weird charm to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little too squeaky clean. I gotta be honest, the character designs in this are a little bit too Fisher-Price for my taste, but then I remembered, yeah, this is literally meant to sell toys, so it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's meant to keep the attention of, like, stupid babies, not adults who like stuff for stupid babies.
Oh, yeah.
That still keeps my attention.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
But like I said, what's nice about this show is that, similar to the original show, it does feel like it has actual writers, and it feels like it has actually focused messages, it has ideas to it. So again, it is nowhere near Cocomelon levels.
I will say, how sad is it that the state of toddler entertainment is like, please at least just be produced by humans?
Yes! It doesn't have to be Bluey, it just has to feel like it's made by a human.
I would actually argue that this show benefits a lot more from being animated than the original did, being live action, because there's a lot you can do with, like these adventures that the kids go on, and a lot of the stuff that they do is mostly imaginative, even though they play pirates like literally every other episode. No, literally, look at the show on Max and count how many pirate episodes there are. Spoiler, too fucking many.
It's so funny how, like, back in the 90s, it was like, we got to do this live action because animation's too expensive. Now, it's like, we got to do this animated because live action is too expensive.
Yeah, that happened with Ted, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like, oh, come on, Universal. Are you really going to give all that money to insert reality show of choice here? And not to an actually funny sitcom? So today's special that we'll be looking at is I Love Me Too. It's a special where Baby Bop has radiation poisoning.
Good for her.
But it's where she finds her glow and they want to help her find, okay, what makes her glow? Which the title kind of gives it away at the end, but well.
That's the funny thing. Like, suddenly it's like when dinosaurs are happy, they glow. This feels like, the toddler version of, oh, so suddenly now vampires sparkle when they're in the sunlight.
I made a joke whenever I see Barney just randomly floating or Baby Bop using her tail to fly. They fly now?
They fly now.
Oh, the thing with Baby Bop using her tail as like a helicopter is fucking adorable.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I could just hear the Sonic music and the little tails propeller noise every time I see it.
I have to wonder if they put Barney in a tree, because if he's a dinosaur, then he's technically a bird.
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles. Look at the pubic bone, turned backward, just like a bird. Look at the vertebrae, full of air sacs and hollows, just like a bird. And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
I mean, yeah.
It would be interesting to see them try to add in actual prehistory, similar to the Jurassic Park joke that was in Barney in the Land of Make-Believe, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, one more thing I gotta mention about this special specifically is that it's YouTube exclusive. It's not on Max, which, honestly, I kind of applaud it for that, because putting children's shows behind paywalls suck, actually.
Yes.
Look, fuck Netflix, but I'm so glad when they bought Sesame Street, thank God, they're still allowing it to air on PBS full access. Like, yes, that was my problem with the HBO era.
It's like, I heard that, I was like, holy shit, you're telling me a multi-billion-dollar company did something out of altruism?
Well, I wouldn't say altruism, but it's definitely the little things.
As altruistic as a multi-billion-dollar company can get.
Huzzah. Basically, keep the show safe from Zaslav at all costs.
I do also like that they bought Amazing Digital Circus so that now we can actually tell which ones are legit and which ones are just, YouTube Kids slot.
Huzzah. So we open up on them playing Pouncy Rockets, which gave me war flashbacks to science class.
So, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I'm going to point out the elephant in the room here, and that one of these kids is literally Kit.
Whoa, shit! With our special guest, a giant clap of thunder. Hi, how are you doing, Thunder? How are you Hey, Zeus, how are you doing? Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm in this show as, I guess I just changed my name to Vivi, but yeah, it scared me how much she looked like me as a kid. I was like, what the hell?
Hey, this is just a sign. I know where you live and what you look like.
God, he's been watching me.
It's been almost 30 years, Kit.
I'm never gonna fucking leave.
Hey, kid, better count your fucking days.
But yeah, so them playing Pouncy Rockets, I remember that we used to do that in science class, and I always preferred it whenever we had the pump instead of the jump and stomp one, because for some reason it always hurt like a motherfucker to jump on it.
Yeah.
I've never had one of these before in my life.
Wait, sorry, what was it?
Pouncy Rockets.
Pouncy Rockets. Let me see what those are.
Basically, it's the rockets that you send into the air when you pump it enough and then jump on it.
Oh, you mean the missiles that always seem to go right towards your eyeball.
Yep.
I was expecting this Pouncy Rocket to just go through one of the fucking shop windows, and then this irate adult comes out, just starts screaming at them. I'll get you, crazy kids! So one thing I will say about the kid cast in this show is that they actually feel like real children, unlike the original live-action show where it felt like they were written as adults pretending to be kids.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, these were probably like middle schoolers pretending to be elementary schoolers in the original show.
Oh yeah, like they can have actual kids voicing the kids in this, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And also, it's really nice to have kids with actual personalities again after the hit era just basically reduced them to background props for whatever Baby Bop or BJ were going through that day. I mean, I'm sad that Riff isn't in the show, but still.
Yeah, they cut Riff out entirely. There's blatant Riff eraser here. What happened?
I mean, maybe they'll bring him back for like a special or something, but we'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Although it would be a missed opportunity if he's not voiced by Michaela Dietz.
Yes.
Exactly. I can only hear Riff as Amethyst. Any other voice sounds wrong to me.
Exactly. Also, I was half expecting when Barney shows up and he starts to glow, I'm like, ah, shit, it's Chernobyl.
I start to glow whenever I feel joy and happiness. It fucking burns.
They swallowed that glow stick from the Simpsons intro.
So, like, anytime you feel joy or happiness, you glow, that's gotta fuck up some people. It's like, you know, hey, I have some sad news. Insert coworker here just got laid off in our mass layoffs. Oh, that's too bad. And his fucking stomach lights up because he hated that bitch.
So, are we sure that Barney is imaginary and wasn't some lizard that was in the pond while the nuclear plant down the street was throwing out their inventory?
Oh, yeah, yes. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it was the Springfield power plant.
You know, it's kind of funny that this new version of how they summon him honestly feels way more convenient because, like, they can just invite him to come hang out instead of have him just randomly barging in out of his doll form.
What is he, a vampire?
Yeah.
So, when we used to stream Barney between the three of us and our friend Marissa, we would have this running gag where when the Barney doll would transform into the actual thing, we would say, summoned on chat together. Now they actually summon him. It's weird.
Yeah. He's literally a vampire. It's like you suddenly hear the kids go like, hey, Barney, every time we take pictures of you, you're like not there.
0 out of 10, they don't use Shimmery. Shimbara.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
So one thing I want to mention about Barney is that he's voiced by Jonathan Langdon, who a couple months prior to this, he was in Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
And specifically the memes of him describing how
this whole concert is a trap. Wow. Here? Yeah. Yeah, they're watching all the exits. They're checking everyone that leaves. There's no way to get out of here except backstage, I guess, but no one can get backstage.
So this concert is a trap for a serial killer, and we're gonna catch him today.
Hi, kids. Today we're gonna learn how to defeat the Smile Demon. It's taking over Sky Riley.
Uh-oh, kids. We're on the beach that makes you old today.
Uh-oh. Looks like Grandma's a crazy murderer.
Also, something penis hair.
What? No.
Also, Baby Bop still lives in the fucking void in this show because she just summons out of nowhere.
Yeah, so just like the original show, they don't summon Baby Bop until Barney gets summoned, which, okay, sure, why not?
Are she and BJ just lying in, like, living doll form until he summons them? That's fucked up.
Is it like Pokeball logic, or
I guess.
is he like a Neopet and those two are the pets?
Yes, that's how it works.
I knew it.
So up until this point, my main complaint with the show was that, Baby Bop and Billy were there, but they weren't really, like, fleshed out characters that did anything. They were kind of like the thing 1 and thing 2 to Barney's shenanigans.
Yeah.
In this, they actually give Baby Bop something to do, and it actually benefits her character.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that she has flaws in this show that actually make empathetic and not just an annoying little shit. Like, she actually does learn stuff and she actually learns how to be better. And it's clear that she never means badly. Like, whereas the original is just Dinosaur Michelle Tanner.
Yeah, Dinosaur Michelle Tanner.
So in this, Baby Bop is playing with the toy rocket, and she finds that she really loves complimenting herself. And when she does, that's when she glows. I know, I gave the whole plot away, sorry.
Yeah. Also, kid, it's funny that you mentioned Full House. I've been on like kind of a Full House kick lately because it just keeps ending up on my TikTok.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, me too.
And Uncle Tattletale has been living in my head rent-free for like a week now.
Yeah, for some reason, the one thing I see the most from TikTok, Full House-wise, is that one episode where DJ and the girls lie to Danny about sneaking out of the house, and then he finds out and he gets unreasonably pissed off about it.
Yeah.
I keep getting the child abuse one.
Oh,
Jesus!
God.
Why that one?
I don't know. I just keep getting the one with like the Stephanie and the kid who's getting abused by his dad. And I keep getting Uncle Tattletale. And the one where Stephanie and Michelle go to New Zealand.
I keep getting that one too.
Oh, God, not that one.
No, I didn't say go to New Zealand. I said go and get me New Zealand. Whoa!
And you know what? I'm going to say it. That was actually the one time Danny was right to punish the girls.
Yeah, true.
And let me just open the portal to hell back up. Oh, look, it's a ski resort now. Good going, guys. Yeah, you're welcome.
It is always either Full House or the Chicago Med episode with the anti-vaxxers.
Oh, God.
I'm also getting George Lopez, too. Mainly the parts where he treats his daughter like shit for some fucking reason.
So the entire show.
Yes!
And I keep getting Parenthood, which is like nightmare level autistic representation. I'm sorry, Sheldon.
Oh,
I'm sorry
God.
for every mean thing I've said about you. At least you are not Max.
At least Sheldon is a character.
Oh,
Anyway, so we get our first song of the special, I Gotta Find My Glow, and it's actually a pretty good song.
So, when I was listening to this, I was thinking to myself, man, this is a really My Little Pony coded song.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out Daniel Ingram wrote this.
holy shit!
Oh, yeah, he wrote basically all the songs in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and this had a very similar vibe to Cupcake, so I'm really glad.
This was literally a fucking Pinkie Pie song.
They were like,
Oh, great. We're gonna have Baby Bop sing that song while murdering BJ and turning him into cupcakes.
Good for her. So the whole thing with Baby Bop in this rocket is that she's somehow strong enough to send this toy rocket into space, and she's shitting on herself for it unfairly. If this were the other Baby Bop, I'd say, yeah, you did this to yourself. Here, I'd say that she deserves bragging rights for being strong enough to do this.
I'm just amazed that she has that strength to begin with. Like, she should go to the Olympics or something, not be playing a simple game of Pouncy Rockets.
Yeah, but when she starts shit-talking herself, I'm thinking to myself, wow, she is just like me for real.
Aw.
I know, self-deprecation is fun. One thing I noticed, too, when she's, boasting during this segment is that she says something that sounded a lot to me, like, I'm the princess of pants! And just to make sure I wasn't hearing it incorrectly, I checked the YouTube subtitles. No, they said the same thing, so good for them, I guess.
I'm the princess of pants.
Also, Barney can imagine an entire planet for himself, but he can't imagine it with oxygen.
Listen, I know that Barney on the original show had a bit of an ego, but even this is kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
Even he would tell this Barney to tone it the fuck down a bit.
Welcome to Planet Barney. Oh god, he's a celestial. It broke my heart to put that tumor in her. And you just see Baby Bop go, What?
Yay!
Now, I know that sounds bad. Oh, God, that explains why we don't see any of BJ or Baby Bop's parents.
Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry, little one.
Also, I'm just imagining that Barney's like, I didn't expect to leave the planet today either. I managed to back out of one of Elon's rocket trips in time.
Oh god. Well, I mean, this Barney would be totally Antifa, where the original Barney would probably be on that rocket.
He absolutely would.
The original Barney would be like, look, I don't like the way he talks, but this country needs to be run like a business.
Also, when I saw Planet Barney has jelly rivers, I was just imagining Mustafar, but with jelly rivers instead of lava.
So it's here that we get introduced to Billy, which, you know, we've made fun of the fact that his name isn't BJ anymore, but he does have some good personality traits to him, like, he's Billy. That's his personality trait. His personality trait is that he has none.
His personality trait is that anyone who grew up in the 90s watching this is going to hear his name and be like, oh, I know why he's Billy now.
You know, at least he's tolerable in this show, and he's not just a little shit like Blowjob is in the original.
I'm not used to him having a semi-masculine voice.
Yeah.
My rocket.
I'm used to him being voiced by a woman doing a sort of a Bart Simpson impression.
You know, I've got the strangest feeling I've seen this place before.
Oh, yeah.
At least he's not just, you know, preschooler-friendly Bart Simpson anymore.
Yeah.
That's literally all he was in the 90s show. He had the same catchphrases, the same general attitude, the same color.
Yeah.
He might as well have been, like, spray painting El Bijo on the treehouse.
Also, it would have been so funny if the alien he came dressed out as was a xenomorph and he just fucking killed them all.
So there's a bit where Barney sees Billy as the alien and he goes, "It's an alien! Say it with me, everybody! No, it's my mother-in-law!"
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bow.
Second alien encounter reference this year.
Huzzah! Also, when Vivi says that she can distract anybody and she says Vivi in space, I was like, where's the Muppet Show announcer voice?
Vivi in space! So it turns out that Billy apparently stole the rocket, which... Here's where I'm getting a little confused. So, did Barney actually take the kids into space, or is this just, like, simulated as space?
I'm gonna go with simulated, because there's no way they'd survive even with those helmets.
I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like Magic School Bus, and one of them is going to take it off and traumatize a generation of kids for the rest of their life. It's your turn, Gen Alpha! It's your turn to experience Arnold taking his helmet off on Pluto.
Huzzah! So then they get the rocket back and Baby Bop's glow comes back, but then she accidentally trips and drops it into the Jelly River. And I love that they're just like, well, it's just gone forever now. We can't imagine it back.
Nice going, Baby Bop. I got that rocket at Dollar Tree.
Do you know how much $1 is worth in this inflating economy?
And again, if this were the original Baby Bop, she would probably do it by accident, but not apologize for it. She would have no self-awareness into what went wrong.
Well, in all fairness, shouldn't he just imagine another one?
It's like, Barney, why did you cover your planet in grape jelly? That's even worse than lava, because then it's gonna get all sticky and covered in ants.
At least water, you can, like, swim in it and get it. Jelly, how the fuck are you supposed to swim in that?
Also, I noticed that after they get the rocket back from Billy, that he kind of just disappears. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they just cut out a bit where Barney just Sparta kicked him into the grape jelly pond. Oh no, I'm drowning!
It's like in Barney's Great Adventure, if that movie ended on a good note, they would have all been kicking the crap out of BJ for throwing the egg.
Oh yes.
I will always tolerate BJ hate. I can't stand him. Just be Bart Simpson.
Yes.
Just be Bart Simpson. Start spray painting shit and talking about how you're a proud underachiever.
Underachiever and proud of it. How old is this thing?
You were supposed to bring balance to the Force, Billy, not destroy it.
I hate you!
So then they decide to go to the library to read up on what makes her glow, and...
Bye, Barney Bus!
Yes!
No, literally, buy the Barney bus. This is literally merchandise that the show is selling. Go buy one. What are you waiting for?
Tell your parents that if they love you, they'll get you a Barney bus.
When Mel's like, oh yeah, this is a party bus. I'm like, I do not see a single Venga boy or old man dancing in sight. This is not a party bus.
Meanwhile, I've seen more impressive raves in the cash cab.
Yes.
Yeah, remember that show?
How can you call this a party bus if the cast of Victorious isn't in there singing Five Fingers to the Face?
All right, kids, today we're gonna go find a group of cis people and start beating them up. Happy 10 years to that post.
Happy Pride, motherfuckers.
You know, it'd be so fucked up. What if that actually did happen, and somewhere out there there's a Down with Cis bus, and we don't know about it, and we're not being invited to it for some reason?
Hey, I'm a cis guy. I'd be happy to help the cause.
Huzzah.
No, like, you remember that one guy who lived in New York, and he's like, they're speaking Yiddish in my walls. And everyone's like, dude, stop spreading all these anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, I'm not anti-Semitic. I hear Yiddish in the walls. And it turns out a bunch of Hasidic Jewish people who actually dug a tunnel to their synagogue.
Love that. Oh my god.
And he was vindicated. What if the Down with Cis bus guy's like, I'm telling you, man, there's a Down with Cis bus. Yeah, sure there is.
So then we go to the library, and it's a pretty nice library, I will say.
So just like the original show, we get the trend of putting massive fucking trees on our sets. And this is a great tree, by the way.
Hell yeah.
How big is this library that it can afford to put a giant tree in there?
Absolutely.
And what is clearly like a regular, like, store-sized building?
Oh, see, here's the thing. It actually used to be a rainforest cafe.
Yes. They still have a boat ride in there if it's the one in Texas.
That's actually the animatronic tree. If you look around and you can see where the fish tank the fish are dead. The fish are dead.
Also, the reading tree is a cute idea where they put a leaf after they've read a book. Although it would be so funny if somebody was like, I put a hammer and sickle after I read the Communist Manifesto.
We must destroy the bourgeois class. That reminds me, I went to the site of the World Trade Center, and they had the tree that they dug out of the rubble and grew back to life, and then they put it back. And there's this like section there where kids who visit can take a leaf, write a message or draw a picture, and then they put it on the gate surrounding the tree. And me and my mom were reading all the little messages from kids, and they were all nice, they were all sweet. There was this one kid, and I swear to God, I need to find the picture of it. This one kid who drew a picture of the burning World Trade Center, and right next to it was an airplane, and on top of the airplane was an angry guy surfing on it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That was this kid's interpretation of what happened, and it's still to this day the most unintentionally, darkly hilarious thing I've seen there.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Alongside the Warner Brothers store where the only thing that survived was the bug statue that says, that's all, folks.
Oh, that and the time I went there and a squirrel started trying to attack me.
Also, we get a deep cut in this episode. Booker T. Bookworm is back. Technically, they changed his name to Bartholomew, but I like Booker T. Bookworm better.
Wait, hold up. What's wrong with Booker? I get what's wrong with BJ, why we can't be saying kids, hey, look, it's BJ, look at BJ. What's wrong with Booker?
I guess it's because he's named after Booker T. Washington. They were like, maybe we don't want to name him after real figures, but like, why not?
Yeah, you know, Booker T. Washington, the famous educator. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
yes.
So, like,
Booker T. Washington was awesome.
It was a good pun, and it also made sense. Like, what?
It's like Bart the Bookworm just doesn't hit the same.
No, it doesn't. But at the same time, it's good to have a legacy character in this. It just means that there's still hope for us Tinkerput truthers.
Absolutely. I'm calling him Booker out of spite.
No, they're going to start calling him a Blinkerput because Tinkerput sounds dangerously close to Twink.
Actually, quick side tangent, but we gotta mention it. Our king is in the show, Mr. Boyd. They call him Grady, but still.
Yes, he is. Holy shit.
Wait, what do they call him?
Grady.
What the hell is wrong with Boyd?
Well, no, that was his first name in the original show, Grady Boyd.
Oh, Uncle Grady. Grady? I thought your first name was Mr.
Grady Boyd is my name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is Mr. Boyd.
I'm so happy.
Okay, well, at least they're keeping the name. I just thought for a minute, oh, they changed this guy. What the hell is wrong with Boyd?
Tinkerput next and Stella.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Is that like a new thing I'm not in touch with? Are we calling janitors by their first names now?
Yes, we are. Scruffy wants to be called by his first name.
So, out of curiosity, I looked it up because I was curious to see who voices Booker T. Bookworm in this. It's Antfish from fucking Team 4-Star.
Holy shit!
Yeah!
Awesome. Yeah, he's really fun. I love that he has such an energetic personality, and he's also got kind of book puns in his style of talking. It's really cool.
The pun stuff was starting to grow old really fast, especially considering that even the show was starting to run out of them. Like, there's one point where he goes,
"Keep on reading, find that scoop. Whoa, I'm getting carried away. Whoop, whoop, whoop."
come on. Who needs to do this?
I was half expecting him to say, "Ah, damn it, Barney and Baby Bop got radiation poisoning all over the books."
Well, who's to say he's not another victim of radiation poisoning? Because we had the lizard from earlier, you know. They had to have dumped something in the park to make this worm grow.
Yes.
I mean, if he's running his own bookshop like this, then yeah, good for him.
Yes, and so then Baby Bop gets frustrated because she can't find a book that answers her question, and it's really nice to see Barney actually be more like a dad/friend instead of like an enabler, and actually wanting to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about this Barney, is that, you know, his head's always in the right place. Like, you know, he actually does a good job of validating people's feelings, and it feels, you know, more sincere and not forced like it would on the original show.
Absolutely.
Like, when somebody has conflict in this compared to when they tried doing conflict in the live action show, it feels much better because it's actually dealing with real world problems that kids are having rather than, you know, just toxic happiness, in other words.
Yeah.
You know?
Rather than, oh shit, we're in Santa's workshop at the North Pole.
Absolutely. And I like his little running thing where he tells people, "I'm here if you want to talk or even if you don't." It's very sweet.
Yeah, what I like about this Barney specifically is that they actually give him character, like, flaws.
Yeah.
Like, there's like an episode where he gets upset that his magic isn't working the way it's supposed to, and then the kids help him out, which is, like, something the original show never would have done.
Absolutely, except...
Well, they did, but at the same time, there was a pistachio addiction. So,
oh, yeah.
The Barney just kind of... Well, you can't say he didn't go back to it, you know, because he probably hit it better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's like someday one of those kids is going to walk into school, find a stash. "Barney, what's this?" "I don't know how it got this bad."
Well, he tried to hide it in his tail, but, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then a kid stepped on it and he started swearing at them.
It would be so funny if it turns out there's like Death to Smoochie style antics behind this show as well. Like, there's drama between the real Barney and the CGI one. There's a pay cut.
Well, there is an episode where Barney puts a yellow horn on his nose and kind of looks like Smoochie.
Yeah.
Like, holy
my
shit,
God.
yeah.
You cannot tell me it wasn't a reference.
It had to be.
It had to be. Holy shit.
So then they decide to go to Mel's house and maybe see if her mom has any solutions. So they head out and they go to her place, and her mom is actually voiced by Jean Yoon from Kim's Convenience.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And again, this show continues a tradition of parents just being cool with the fact that giant talking dinosaurs exist.
Yeah.
I do love also that this show feels like it makes an effort to be a lot more diverse, too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the original show had diversity, but it's kind of nice that we can just have it casually with the main cast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I know that Mel is Mexican, Korean, and David's black. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so Vivi's the token white kid in this one. You know what? Normalize having token white kids instead.
Huzzah.
We've had it way too good for way too long.
I just love, by the way, that Mel's mom doesn't even blink when this giant dinosaur comes into her house, like, "Oh, hey, Barney."
Oh, yeah, it's just Tuesday. My kids are bringing home that fucking dinosaur again.
You know what? I'll take it over what the Barney's Night Before Christmas was doing with the, "Oh, right, so Barney was here, wasn't he?"
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. I mean, it's still hard for her because she still has to clean up, radiation sludge every now and then. It's if you don't take care of it, it puts a hole in the floor. You don't want that.
I've been eating so much pistachio that I've lost control of my bladder and I just piss sludge everywhere now.
So while Mel's mom doesn't have a solution, she offers to let the kids help her with making kimbap, and seeing them make it made me want some, even though I've never had it.
It's kind of like a really big piece of sushi with, like, it can have just about anything in it. Veggies, meat, fish, all that good shit.
God damn it, now I want sushi.
So then Baby Bop starts to glow after she makes a heart in her kimbap, and they all realize, oh, so it's when she has confidence that she begins to glow.
This is Jerk. Jerk is happy because Epzite has given him confidence. Confidence to believe in Epzite.
Wow, what a shock. Who would have guessed in a show with an episode called I Love Me Too that something like this would happen?
Who would have thought?
It's a little predictable, but it's still a really nice message.
I know, I'm pulling at straws for cynicism here, but bear with me.
Oh, yeah.
Again, if this were the original Baby Bop, she would make a mess of the entire kitchen making this gimbap, and when she tries it, she would probably say, "Ew, this is gross."
I don't eat anything the same color as me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, we are lovingly cynical. Our
Yes,
cynicism
exactly.
comes from the heart.
Exactly. There we go. And like I said, it's nice to be actually rooting for her instead of being like, you arrogant little shit. Not that self-love isn't a good message, but
Like, it's good that they're actually, like, doing their own versions of the characters so that it's not, like, one-to-one. And I actually found out recently, too, that Bryn McCauley actually did base her performance on Julie Johnson's original Baby Bop. But do you want to know what episode specifically she based it off of?
Oh, God.
One of the most infamous episodes where Baby Bop acts like the biggest shit imaginable, Bop to You Drop.
Oh, God. That fucking
The one where they
episode.
give her a whistle and she starts bossing everybody around.
Oh, you mean I'm being bossy?
Maybe a little.
But at the same time, she loses her balloon, which is comedy gold to me. So
Oh, you can't play with me, and Olivia's doing this, and Lily's doing that, and David's just busy, and now I lost my pink balloon.
Huzzah. So the rest of this episode, I don't really have a lot of notes on. The song they go out on is really nice, and it's nice to see that they highlight how much different personalities all the kids have from each other, so none of them feel like they're just the same.
they're not cookie cutter characters. And it goes to on like the individual episodes I've watched, they get stuff to do and they have like their own personality traits. Like, for example, David is like really into superheroes. Vivi is very theatric, and, Mel is sort of selfish, but she does the right thing at the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually find that really endearing. I guess we can go into our ratings now. It's going to be a keep the tapes for me because you would expect something like this, especially for a reboot, to be very cookie cutter and lazy and just half-assed. They actually do a really good job with the show and making it engaging for kids. I mean, if you're like a parent watching this, you're probably not going to get a lot out of this. But, I find myself having fun with this show from time to time. And just, again, I feel like Barney lends itself a lot better to animation just because of the whole imagination aspect.
Absolutely. And before I go into my final rating, one more note I do have is that I actually can tolerate the version of I Love You in this show. Like, the original, it always just felt like a pace breaker to me, and always just like, okay, just wrap it up already. But here, it's actually got a beat.
It's actually, it's a lot more upbeat. There's more new songs than there are legacy songs, and another good thing about the show is that it doesn't batter you over the head with them every 5 minutes. Like, it's more of like a one song per episode thing, Like, they don't sing the I Love You song every episode, which is kind of a bold move, and I respect it, honestly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But a lot of the legacy songs that I've heard in the show are pretty good, I will admit.
Yeah. I really like what they also did with You Are Special, where they updated it from his or her own way to their own way. That's a really nice little touch.
Oh, yeah. I just love that the show is a lot more inclusive, and I hope that, it becomes more inclusive as it goes on, honestly.
Absolutely. Just don't do a whole season where they're going from various countries to countries and then really messing up how to handle it.
And by different countries, we mean the same set over and over again, but with different flags and shit.
Yeah. But keep the YouTube video, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a keep the tapes as well, mostly because I say keep for nearly everything on streaming now because of how companies are, but in general, I think this is a really good show for kids. I think it has good messages. I think this is a good way to introduce it to a new generation, and like I said, if obviously it's not quite as good as, say, Bluey or Muppet Babies 2018 or anything, but it's still good.
I'm gonna say, is it the kind of thing you put on to shut your kids up still? Yes, of course. It's Barney. Barney has always, in tradition, been shut the kids up for a while entertainment, but it shuts the kids up and they get something out of it.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna just put on something to shut the kids up for a few minutes, at least make sure they're getting something out of it. At least make sure they're building their brain up. I would say this is a good show to do that.
And please, for the love of God, do not give your kids iPads, or at the least monitor them when they use them. Make sure that they're not getting exposed to fucking Nazi YouTubers or something.
Come on, even YouTube Kids isn't fucking safe anymore. And that was made specifically to cut that shit out.
Hi, can you say the 14 words with me?
Oh, dear.
That's basically what it is now.
But yeah, so it's good to be back, and again, thank you all for being so patient with us, and we're really excited to get back on track. We're gonna hopefully make the rest of 2025 as tolerable as possible, and, given the Trump and Elon divorce just happened, maybe things will be okay after all.
Oh, I knew they were gonna be okay. If we're gonna have to deal with a fascist government, I will take incompetent, stupid, narcissistic fascists over smart, competent fascists.
Oh yeah, if Reagan or Bush were fascists, then we'd be fucked, but yeah.
No, I think if Bush was a fascist, we'd still be okay, because he was pretty incompetent.
Huzzah.
Agreed.
2008, that's all I'm gonna say about his competency.
Huzzah. So you can find me, Mission Breakout, on Blue Sky, Muppet Vision 3D, Rest in Peace on Letterboxd, and you can find me also dealing with radiation poisoning.
Yay!
You can find me on Blue Sky. I went through an identity crisis, and my username is MCRRocks now, with an X. I am also, the same username on Space Hay, and the same username on YouTube and Twitch.
Who the fuck even are you anymore, Randy?
I don't know.
Randall is that one character from My Immortal. I forgot the name, sorry.
I've always been Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Huzzah.
Yeah. That's a good fucking name.
It's the last ethical way to consume Harry Potter.
Yay!
Well, it's technically not written by the Megaturf, so...
I have no idea what the views of the author are, and I'd like to keep it that way, unless they're good.
Yes.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
In all fairness, we don't even know who the author is. Someone tried to come out and say they were the author, but they lied.
Death penalty.
We still have no idea, and you know what? I like it better that way.
Huzzah.
Also, someone, preferably me, needs to dress up as Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway at Wizarding World.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
And then I will ADR mine, because I'm lazy.
All right.
This was so much fun.
All right. Channel KRT. I love you. I love me too. Come on, everybody. Let's get up and move.
Oh god, it's Chernobyl all over again. Oh, there's so many cool animals here that can survive here.
Yay.
And then he gets torn apart by radioactive wolves.
Huzzah.
Just look who got $10 million to play Barney.
This is so humiliating. You don't have to lose 100 pounds to play a dinosaur. Can't even see through the eye holes on this thing. Oh, hello.
Hey, Barney's being funny.
No, I'm not. I don't do comedy. Not since the freshman, that piece of crap. I don't know what I was thinking making that picture, let me tell you.